Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Audi S5. This model's finished off in Mythos Black Metallic with options including the Premium Plus package. MSRP is just over $71,000. This is a very nicely equipped model, and it has quite a lot to offer. So we'll start off underneath the hood, where this is powered by the 3-liter inline V6 turbocharged engine. This is paired to a 7-speed automatic, and it pumps out 362 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque. It'll do 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. With the summer tires for this model, top speed is limited to 130 miles an hour. As far as fuel economy goes, you're also looking at 20 miles per gallon in the city and 29 out on the highway. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling, you'll notice the white Audi logo along with a forward camera. There's also lots of brushed accents along with some cutouts in that grille. Sensors in the lower section for the distance pacing and all of that tech. And you'll notice the large cutouts with the inlets on both sides with more of the brushed accents. There's the parking sensors and then a dark housing for all of the lighting and a few indentations in the hood to give it a distinctive look. Now, this model also has the optional sport adaptable suspension. There's the optional 20-inch wheels with the red S-line brakes. You'll notice more brushed accents for the side skirt. It's also on the power folding side mirrors where there's a camera and a turn signal. It's on all of the window trim, and this model does have a full moonroof as well. Now, the S5 is also a hatchback, so it looks like a normal sedan from the exterior, giving it a great look, where this also has a body colored spoiler, backup camera, LEDs for all of the lighting. There's the quad tip dual exhaust, and then some more brushed accents as well. Now, you can use the control on the key fob or the electronic release underneath, and this is where you get that hatchback design. So you have a lot more practicality, a lot more space than a normal trunk. There's also a little bit of space under the floor. You get a 12 volt, there's some tie down hooks. You can also remove this and fold the back seats down if you need a little bit more space. And then there's 2 controls up top to close the hatch or to lock the vehicle. Now, this does have proximity door handles, so you can just swipe on the back section there to lock and then use the electronic release to unlock. This also has manual sunshades. There's leather and Alcantara for the door panel, Bang & Olufsen for the audio with some more brushed accents and even a little bit of storage down below. This also has the full Napa leather interior. There's a release by the headrest too to fold the seats down. And then at 5'10", I have a good bit of space. There's storage pockets, auxiliaries, vents, even a temperature adjustment, and I have about a ½ inch or so of headroom. So I could ride around town. It is a smaller vehicle, but there's still a good bit of space. You could fit a car seat back here and use it as a practical hatchback. Now, up front, this has all the same materials. You'll notice too, this control panel here has lock and unlock. There's headlight adjustments, the mirror controls, there's memory seating adjustments, child lockouts, and then the window controls, liftgate, and more storage down below. And then this also has massaging front seats, really nice bolster support to them, which is adjustable. There's the S badge up top, and then a manual adjustment for the leg support. And then as we hop in and start this up, this has a new design for the steering wheel that is solid and perforated leather. There's also paddle shifters as well. On the right side, you will see the heated steering wheel adjustment. There's volume tuning, Bluetooth and voice commands, and a favorites button. So that way you can set this up to what you use the most. On the left side, you'll see all of those controls for the virtual cockpit. So if I push on view, this is how we can adjust the screens depending on what you'd like to see. And then you can go left or right now to pull up information on this left side, where you can get into lap times and monitor all of that information. There's some daily driving information that you can take a look at, and then you can have it not shown, or you can go through the rest of it there. This also has cruise control with that distance pacing, and then an electronic adjustment for the steering wheel. Now, there's storage on the left, more Alcantara with 1 air vent, and then with this infotainment system, you have a good bit to go through. So the home screen has some split views here. You can get into the map, your music and phone. Under vehicle, Drive Select is the different driving modes, where there's also a Dynamic Plus. You can get into your various displays along with the lighting, get into the massaging seats along with just your normal support. So you have the side bolsters there to get into, which is helpful. You have some services and then additional settings here to control as needed. Now, there's also various icons, including the dash cam, which is located right here. You can put an SD card in the back of it. You have your digital key, various settings, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and you can get into all of these as needed. Now for the lower section, this has heated and ventilated seats. There's also adjustments for the climates, where you can even access the rears from up front as well. You have temperature adjustments and then some defrosters too. Now there's more Alcantara with gloss black and vents. There's wireless charging with auxiliaries, volume and tuning. There's traction control, hazards, engine start stop, and a shortcut to the drive select. Now behind that, you can get into some of the safety features here and turn them on or off. So you have quite a lot to get into, just depending on how you want the vehicle to react and what you need. There's also a shortcut to the camera system. So you can pull up several different angles here and even pull them up in full screen as well. This also has parallel parking, which is helpful. The e-brake is also park, and then you have reverse, drive and sport mode, and then cup holders, a little bit of storage. There's also a locking glove box, just the piano black trim accent for the passenger side, no screen for this model. There's garage door buttons up top and then touch sensitive dome lights, and then you have this control here for the sunshade. So if you just tap on it, you'll notice that we have this pattern here, or you can fully close it or fully open it, depending on if you want the sun to come in or you want to block the sun out. So really neat to see that. It's much quicker than having an actual sunshade take the time to roll up. And then you have a good bit of visibility over both shoulders. And still in dynamic, second gear, here we go. And just a minor acceleration, we can get up to speed. Now if I put into balanced mode, we'll do the same thing. So I'll downshift to second, slight acceleration. You can hear it get a little bit louder going into dynamic mode. So it is neat to hear the differences just depending on how you feel like driving for the day. So this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the latest S5. You have a really good outlook for visibility out of the front here. And again, everything is laid out extremely well. So if you're looking for a luxury-focused vehicle, this is a perfect option to go with. You do have several ways that you can spec them, just depending on your budget and the options that you are looking to get. It is going to be a very comfortable vehicle. Even with the sport adaptable suspension, we can put it into comfort mode here and just have a great place to be. So it's nice that you have a few different driving dynamics and characteristics. The gauge cluster will change as well when you put it into a dynamic mode. But just depending on what you're doing for the day, you have a vehicle that's not quite like the RS5, of course, so it's not more track focused, but it gives you plenty of power and performance with the daily driving capabilities and characteristics. So if you're not looking for that next level, you can still get a lot of those performance aspects with the S5 here and have a perfect daily driver and one to do some driving when needed. Now, as far as the turning radius goes, I don't think we will have to back up. It has a pretty good turning radius, however, so that way it's going to be a lot more maneuverable, and of course it has parallel parking like I mentioned earlier, so that way you have some of those tech features to help in those situations. So not a big vehicle if you're looking for something more compact but still very usable as well. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Audi S5. Once again, huge shout out to Audi Northlake for providing this for me today. Take a look at the website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.